The park behind my apartment looks normal during the day. It's small, just a square of grass bordered by a walking path, a children's playground with faded red swings, and a basketball court with cracked pavement. There's a row of thin trees along the back fence, and a single picnic table under a metal shade. From my balcony on the fourth floor, I can see the entire place clearly. In the mornings, toddlers wobble across the grass while parents scroll on their phones. In the afternoons, teenagers argue over fouls on the court. By sunset, dog walkers circle the path while the sky turns pink and gold. Nothing about it feels wrong. At night, though, it changes. The first time I noticed something strange, I couldn't sleep. It was around 1 to 12 a.m. My bedroom window was open, and the cool air carried the faint squeak of the swing chains. At first, I assumed it was the wind, but the trees weren't moving. I stepped onto my balcony. One swing was swaying back and forth, not wildly, not randomly, just a slow, steady motion as if someone were sitting on it, gently, pushing off the ground with their feet. But no one was there. I watched for a full minute, back, forward. Then it stopped completely. The next night, it happened again. This time, both swings were moving in perfect sync. I told myself it had to be air pressure, maybe a draft between the apartment buildings. I even checked the weather. No wind. Around 2 a.m., the basketball hoop light flickered on. The court lights are on a timer. They shut off at 10 p.m. every night. I've lived here long enough to know that, but the single overhead light above the hoop buzzed to life. The court was empty. Then I heard it, a bounce, clear, echoing, a basketball hitting pavement. Once, twice, three times, each bounce evenly spaced, like someone practicing free throws alone. I leaned over the railing, straining to see. The court was empty. No ball, no person. But the sound continued. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Then it stopped mid-echo. Silence rushed in, so suddenly, it made my ears ring. I went back inside and locked the balcony door. The third night was worse. I woke up at 3 a.m. to shouting, children's laughter, high-pitched, overlapping, too loud for that hour. It sounded like a group of kids running in circles, yelling, playing tag. I rushed to the balcony. The park was dark. Every light was off. The playground sat in complete shadow, but the laughter didn't stop. It moved from the swings to the basketball court to directly below my building. Then it cut off all at once, like someone had pressed mute. That's when I noticed something I hadn't before. The sand under the playground slide looked disturbed. Even in the dim security lighting from our building, I could see marks, lines, long, dragged lines, as if something heavy had been pulled across it repeatedly. The next morning, I walked down to check. The sand was smooth again, perfectly leveled. No drag marks, no footprints. That night, I decided to record it. At 1 a.m., I set my phone on the balcony railing, camera facing the park. At 1 to 47 a.m., the swings began moving. At 2 a.m., the basketball hoop light turned on. At 2:05 a.m., something stepped into frame near the slide. I didn't see it with my eyes at the time. I was watching from inside, too afraid to stand outside again. But the camera caught it. A shape darker than the darkness around it, tall, too thin, standing beside the slide. It didn't move like a person. It didn't shift weight or turn its head. It just stood there. At 2:11 a.m., every sound started at once. Laughter, basketball bouncing, swing, chains, creaking, all layered together. And then the figure moved, not walking, not running, It glided across the sand toward the center of the park. The camera glitched. The screen filled with static for 3 seconds. When the image returned, the figure was gone. But something else was different. The camera angle had shifted slightly, as if someone had touched the phone. I deleted the recording. I don't know why. Panic, maybe. Now, every night, around the same time, the park becomes active again. Swings move, lights flicker, sounds echo with no source. And sometimes, when I gather the courage to step onto the balcony, I feel it, that heavy, aware silence. Like the park knows I'm watching. 2 nights ago, I pulled the curtain back carefully. The playground was still, no movement, no sound. Relief washed over me. Then I noticed something standing at the edge of the grass, right where the shadow from my building meets the park, facing up toward my balcony. It didn't have features I could make out, but I knew it was looking at me. The swing beside it began to move, slowly, back, forward. I stepped back into my apartment and closed the curtain. I don't watch anymore, but I still hear it every night. If you live near a park and you start hearing activity long after closing time, don't assume it's teenagers. Don't assume it's wind. And whatever you do, if you look outside and something is standing still in the grass, make sure it isn't looking back at you.